Hey everybody, it's Randy Wolfe. So if you're serious about building long-term wealth, rental properties are an amazing way to do this, period. Not just to make money now, but to create cash flow, tax benefits, and financial freedom for the rest of your life. But here's the problem. Most new investors have no clue where to start, and they're terrified of becoming a broke landlord, which can happen. So that is all going to end today, because in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can make money with rental properties, even if you're brand new. And by the end, you'll know how to buy the right property, create consistent cash flow, and avoid the biggest mistakes new landlords make. So let's dive in. Now, before we dive in too deep, let me just say this. Rental properties are not about luck or timing. They're about math and mindset. If the numbers work and you have the right systems in place, you can build wealth one rental at a time. Now, again, this is not a fast process, and there's a lot of people even that talk about today the fact that it's a good idea, and I believe this as well, to have solid active income while you're building your rental portfolio. If you don't have any active income and you're just relying on cash flow from rentals, it's going to be a long process. But rental properties can build wealth literally one rental at a time. And in fact, I look back at my first rental and it really changed the game for me, and I'll share that story a little later. Real quick, be sure to subscribe to this channel if you're serious about learning how to invest, and if you want help building your portfolio, check out my private real estate community. I'll put that link in the description below. Okay, let's talk strategy. Here's something most beginners don't realize. You can make money 5 different ways with one rental property. So let me break that down for you. First off is cash flow. This is your monthly profit after all expenses. I'm talking mortgage, taxes, insurance, repairs, management, CapEx, everything. If your rent is $1,800 a month and your expenses are $1,300 a month, then you've got $500 a month in pure cash flow. Now that's $6,000 a year in passive income from just one property. The second way you make money with rental properties is appreciation. Over time, real estate tends to go up in value. You buy smart, you hold long term, and you let the market do some of the work for you. Even a modest 3% annual appreciation on a, say, $250,000 property is $7,500 in equity gain per year. Number 3 is debt pay down. Every month your tenant pays rent, part of your mortgage is getting paid down further and further. Over time, they're helping you build wealth one payment at a time. So debt pay down is another great way you make money with rental properties. Number 4 is tax benefits. Depreciation, deductions, and other investor-friendly rules mean that you can earn income while paying very little in taxes, sometimes none at all. Talk to your CPA, but trust me, the tax benefits are massive. And finally, number 5 is leverage. With rental properties, you don't need to come up with the full purchase price. You can buy a $200,000 asset with $40,000 down and still collect cash flow, appreciation, and tax benefits on the entire $200,000. That is the power of leverage. Now let's talk about how to actually buy your first rental the right way, because this is where most beginners end up going wrong. They buy based on emotion, not math. So here's a rule. It's super simple to follow, and I suggest you consider this when you're buying rentals. It's called the 1% rule, and it is a rule of thumb. It is not the law. It is a rule of thumb, and it just says basically if the monthly rent is at least 1% of the purchase price, it's worth running the numbers. It's worth diving deeper into. So example is if purchase price is, say, $200,000, that target rent should be somewhere around $2,000 per month. It doesn't mean it's a slam dunk, and in some cases, depending on the market, the 1% rule, it might not work at all. But you just need to use that as kind of a rule of thumb and a baseline. It's a solid starting point to determine whether or not you really want to look at a deal or not. You can look at, in your particular market, what the percentage of purchase price, what the rent is going for, and you can kind of adjust this up or down a little bit if needed. Typically, if it's in a market where you're not getting a lot of appreciation and maybe it's a lower amount you're paying for a house, that 1% can be higher, but it's just a good solid starting point for you to start out. And then you want to dig deeper using cash flow calculators and by estimating all of your expenses. And please don't forget to budget for vacancy and repairs. That's where rookies get burned often. Be sure you factor that in as well. So there you have it. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.